Welcome back to another episode of Talking with Miss Trish. Now listen, if you're hungry, you might want to grab a snack right now because today's episode is going to make your stomach growl. I'm sitting down with the dynamic duo behind Montreal's mouth-watering food festival, Les Foodies Festival, and I have Shant and Joudi here to talk with me today. Stay tuned. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of Talking with Miss Trish. How are you guys feeling today? Great.
Fantastic. Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. I'm happy that you guys are here because we're going to talk food. All right?
Yes.
So as I mentioned, this is Shant and this is Joudi. But for those of you guys who don't know, I want you guys to introduce yourselves, please.
Ladies first.
Yes.
I'm Joudi.
I'm Shant. We are the organizers for the Foodies Festival, amongst other things.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But let's
stay there.
Let's stay there. Let's stay there. for
I
now.
like that. So what was the vision behind the Foodies Festival? I know it's been around for some time, but what was the vision behind that?
We wanted to create an event that welcomed different types of cuisines. We wanted to do a festive event after the pandemic.
Of course.
And we wanted to support the businesses that were founded during the pandemic. And it's a universal love language.
I love
we wanted
that.
to celebrate that.
I love that.
I'm going to add to
Yes,
that.
please.
When Judy approached me, she's like, I want to do a food event. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, I know she's very energetic.
Yes, I
And
love
she
her
wanted
energy.
to-
Yes.
The goal, I think you missed that. The goal initially was she wanted to marry health food with soul food.
Okay, I like that.
So so we try to find some a common ground so that there is a mixture between two, because I ate food and Judy added the health.
Got it.
to So that became health food for me.
There you go.
There you go. So
Okay.
that was a big
Yes.
big part of it.
Yes.
And then as we went along, it kind of evolved into, let's say, we want to do it the next jazz fest. We want to attract people. So
Got
we've
it.
had the jazz festival just for last festival.
Right.
Why not a foodies festival?
Love that.
You know,
Love
that'll
that.
draw crowds from all over Canada.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I think it's fair to say that all of us are considered foodies in
Of
Montreal.
course. Come on, it's Montreal after all,
like
too,
I can
right?
ask anybody in any industry. They're like, I'm a foodie. I know I don't have like a
Exactly.
page all about that. And we wanted to, just to go back to what Shant was saying, we wanted to have an opportunity for these food brands that are maybe a little bit niche. Like, let's say you're not vegan, but
Right.
I can taste a product. Like, we've got Chica Chica. They were
Nice.
called veggie cubes.
Okay.
They've got these like peanut derived
Peanut cashew derived.
like cubes,
Right.
Yeah, substitutes for meat.
Okay.
And you taste it, you're like, this is so good in a taco.
Right.
I'm not vegetarian, I'm not vegan, but if I try that, I'm gonna like it and buy it. So
Exactly.
we wanted them to integrate into
And
that.
I'll
Yeah, I
tell
like
you
that.
what, Trish, I wouldn't buy it because
Okay.
I'm not a vegan. I wouldn't. But if I'm at a food show, I
You're gonna
definitely try it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so that's going to prompt me to buy it. And that's why we wanted to do this kind of show.
I like that. That's a
Yes.
good idea. I love that. What was the first conversation like when you first heard, okay, let's do a foodies festival. Let's marry soul food and you know what I mean? Health food.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like for you guys?
Well, I came to Shant and I'm like, Shant, I have an idea.
I like it.
He's like, what now? Because I'm
What
like
now?
the type that like, they come to me.
Yes.
I get like, like that's so Raven type of
Yes.
like, I'm like, I got a vision.
It's like a light bulb.
Yes.
Yes, I like
and
that.
he's like, yes, Judy, there's so many things you can do.
Yes.
Which one do you choose?
Right.
And then I remember telling him about it and I'm like, listen, I have this one very good relationship with a close retailer of mine.
nice.
I grew in the industry because of them. They're called Les Marchetos.
Okay.
And he's like, okay. He was open to it. That's what I liked.
I
He's
like that. I
he
like
was-
it.
And then
That's
we
good.
met with them and then
So we walked
Yeah.
into one of the owner's offices and I clicked with him right away.
Nice.
Right away. And I'm like, you know what? I like it. I'm getting good vibes. I used to be in the events business, in the nightlife. I would do a lot of events, throw a lot of parties.
Right.
So we're like, okay, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
And why not with food? Why not?
I come
Right.
from the health food. Like that's
I like that.
Yeah, that's where
I love that. I love
And I
that.
come from
my
the soul
password.
food.
There you go. And again, it mixed together. So Montreal's a food city. What did you feel was missing from the festival scene? You know what I mean? Besides like the foodies, what was missing that you guys think that you added to Montreal right now?
That's a really good question, Trish.
I there's a few things that came to mind.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Number one, they're usually very broad. So you'll have like the rib fest,
True.
a poutine fest, but there's nothing that's more inclusive to everything. You know,
You mean more niche?
more yeah.
Broad would be like
No.
opposite. No?
Well, like poutine, you're just
Exactly.
like it's
it's
just very
what's
poutine.
in. That's
But
what
I
I'm
see,
saying.
I
if
see.
you're foodies,
I see.
it's anything that's consumable.
Right.
The second thing I would say is networking.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Networking. So
That's
yeah. Go for it.
That's the part I want. I actually kind of. I'm like, let's do it
Right.
this way.
Right.
Involve more people. The more people talk about an
Like
event,
that.
the more people talk about an event, the more they say you have to hear about an event or a product 7 times before you actually act on it.
That's it.
And even I go even further, from 7 different people
Ooh.
that don't know each other.
Oh, that's
if they
true.
know each other, it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, no wonder you're gonna be saying that.
Exactly.
But if you speak about an event, then someone, let's say I just met you, and
Right.
someone else goes, hey, by the way, did you hear about the Foodies Festival? Wow,
Exactly.
something's happening here.
That's it.
And also another thing is they just see Judy's face on the poster and we're ready to go.
She's so beautiful. I go to an event that had her face on it. Come on now. You know what I mean? But what I liked is that you guys collaborated with a lot of influencers.
Yes.
What was the reason for that? And you guys did it so easily and seamlessly, which we really appreciate, by the way, because sometimes as an influencer or blogger, it is hard. It's very hard to get into these things. So you guys were very easy on collaboration. Why? Why were you guys so flexible with that? What has been the biggest lesson you've learned by planning this festival this year, or just overall?
Honestly, there's so many lessons, and every year there are different new lessons.
Okay, so for this year then.
So for this year,
I just feel like there's a lot.
my God,
so much.
yeah. It has been difficult times for many.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
It is, especially in the food industry.
Oh, yes.
And all the political stuff that's happening as well. Like it's so not everybody's in that mindset.
I got
and
you.
I think the
The
most
combination of the tariffs, that's what the tariffs that we sorry to interrupt, I just
No,
want to
go for
say
it.
one thing.
Of course.
We know that at the Grand, because we booked the Grand Prix,
Right.
2 weeks after our event was supposed to be a Heineken event, which they canceled.
Oh,
Just to give you an idea, they canceled the event because they weren't getting much traction.
Okay.
Because of what was going on politically.
right.
But we decided to stick through it, and we said, hey, this is an opportunity to highlight more Canadian brands.
Right. Right.
yes.
That's
So
good, guys. We
Yeah.
good, yeah.
We learned, I'll tell you what I learned, and I'm sure Julie's gonna add, I learned don't allow fear to get in the way of progress.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Right.
There's an expression they say, whoever goes through the door first can get the nosebleed. Those who create, who innovate.
Yes.
People like what's his name? Steve Jobs. Did I
Absolutely.
right? So that's what I learned. I learned just keep going forward. And you're gonna have doubt in the back of your mind.
God,
going,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For
Oh my God, you're not good enough.
My goodness.
Oh, it's not gonna. What if nobody comes?
Exactly. Those are their terrible
Yeah.
thoughts we get. Trust me.
Absolutely.
They're so
And
terrible.
You know what it is? So far, it's only been Shant and I.
Wow.
Yeah, we're very grateful to work also with Sonadara, my good friend Vanya right now. But it's mainly us two
Got it.
taking this decision and leap of faith.
Wow.
And with that comes mindset.
Of course.
If you don't have a strong mindset,
Preach. Yep.
you're not gonna make it through the storm.
You won't.
And we signed, and then we get this news 2 weeks later. We had planned to have over 100 vendors.
Wow.
We had to downsize twice.
Oh my.
We first booked like the Grand Prix main floor and the top floor.
Right.
And then we're like, okay, maybe the main floor. And then we're like, okay, either we give up and we pay the penalty and
Right.
everything is out of pocket. We don't have any grants.
Wow.
Yes, we don't, and we're
Wow.
learning about that too.
Okay.
Okay. But there's that, and we're still in growth where we are building our reputation. People are getting to know us.
Right.
And this is the very tricky stage, I would say.
Yeah.
It's between you see who your true friends are, your
Exactly.
true supporters are, and who the haters are.
Oh my goodness.
And girl, did we
That's
feel
another episode. But yes.
that is a whole other episode, okay?
Oh my
I'd be down
God.
to talk about that one.
Yeah.
But we learned a lot.
I said, don't hate, motivate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
But you know what? People will
Yeah.
hate because you guys are doing something so amazing. That's what it is, you know?
Really, really.
Right.
But with that, I'm a believer in God.
Yes.
And God has sent tenfolds to replace these
You
people.
see? That's
Yeah,
it.
and
That's
you're
how life
one of
works.
them.
Oh, thank
Really.
you.
And I say this from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
So we're very grateful, and you just gotta continue to be, grateful, have that
Exactly.
gratitude, practice it, and walk through that storm.
That's it. Honestly, you
I
guys
wanna-
are walking through the
Yeah.
storm.
Trisha, if I may,
100%.
I want to add one more
Of
thing
course,
to what she
please,
said.
yes.
She said it's been 2 of us, which is true.
Right.
And I think one of the learning lessons for us, especially this year, because there have been obviously elements, people that have jumped in. Of course, we've gotten help. Like there's no denying it.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
But
yes.
the majority of it has been us. What we've learned and what I've learned is we need to delegate.
Yeah.
We need to outsource. We can't do it all. And without a good team, there's a limited amount of growth. There's only enough time in a day. So we have to delegate that time.
Of course.
And that's been not so simple.
Of course not, because are you guys people that are so used to doing everything yourselves? You know what I mean? I'm like that.
Yeah.
I do everything myself, and my sister's like, you need to delegate because you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Are you guys like that as well, where you're like, okay, no, I can do it? Or is it hard to delegate? How is that?
I think the hardest thing is finding the right person to fit the
That's
team
it.
with the same drive, commitment,
Right.
and creativity.
Right.
I'm not a micromanager.
Okay.
So I almost feel like if I tell you to do this, I'm like, good, she's got it.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
That's it. I'm out.
Okay.
But then situations pull me in and I'm like, oh, I guess I do have to supervise.
Yeah, a little
And I
bit,
do have
yes.
to little bit like, direct and guide.
Of course.
I think that's my experience. What's yours?
For me, it's been, I'd rather save the time in telling someone how to do it because I can do it faster. That's the problem.
See,
Yeah.
that's my problem
That's a
too. I'm not gonna lie.
I do
That's
it
me
quick.
too. It's tough.
Quick,
Yeah.
quick.
Exactly.
So the time it takes for me to sit down with someone, explain, I'm like, okay, time's
Yeah,
getting.
yeah,
I
time's
don't have the
ticking.
time. Not to say that they won't grasp
Get it,
it.
exactly.
But you need to dedicate the time. You need to invest the time in people. And sometimes when you've invested once, twice, and they leave,
Yeah.
like you're nothing, which happens.
Right.
No judgment. We learn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then you start saying, you know what, I'm gonna take care of my time. My time is precious. So that's a very important point. But we're learning, we're growing, right? Don't go through it, grow through it.
Grow through it. Amen. I love that. I love that. When you guys finished last year's festival,
Yes.
right? How did that feel? When it was done, over, close the books, everything's counted. Tell me how that felt.
You always go through like when you're walking in this room, you're like, I don't think I'm ever gonna do this again.
Really?
Yeah, because it becomes
It's a lot, eh?
Stress sandwich.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Stress sandwich.
It is because again, it's us and we're doing everything, and
hear
we're
you.
like, oof.
Yeah.
And we
it's a
have to
lot.
wear multiple hats. Like sometimes, Montrealers, businesses, you gotta coach them a lot.
Yeah.
They demand a lot, and we're trying to build that relationship. So after it all, you're just like, oh my God, I need to like throw my phone away.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anybody.
Okay, I'm
move
going
it.
off the grid.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And then we sign up for it again.
I love I
Like, let's do this again.
It's because we're not transactional.
Right.
Yeah,
I got
we're not.
that. Okay, I
Relational.
understand.
So
Yeah.
we're relational. So when we have a meeting and we sign up a vendor, we want to give them as much value. And sometimes, whereas others would be like, okay, you want a table? Extra. Electricity? Extra.
Yes, I
Video?
understand.
Extra. Poster? Extra.
Right.
We are like, okay, we're gonna do this for you. We'll do that. And
Yeah,
sometimes
we're givers.
we take
You
a
guys
lot
are
on our
givers.
shoulders.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was very challenging last year.
Okay.
Especially after the event.
Right.
We heard so many great reviews.
Of course.
But we also heard some negative reviews. And that happens.
But you'll always hear negative reviews because people love to complain, right?
Yeah.
It's like a thing.
Yeah.
Some people, they just have to complain about
Yes.
something, even when nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean?
You're right.
So how do you guys take that? You know what I mean? Do you feel the same way about it? Like people will always complain and just with a grain of salt?
I just
you
take it and I
keep
blame
going,
Judy. I'm like, hey, Judy, it's
Hey,
your fault.
no, never
It's your
blame
fault,
her.
Judy. They go like, it's, Shant, you didn't do this right. I'm like, Judy didn't do it right. Get it?
Right.
Whatever.
Judy.
The buck stops with Judy.
Judy. She's just here. You know, like
Judy's a
this.
strong,
Judy, the
independent woman.
foodie, I say.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, people will always have something to say. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
how do you guys deal with the negative reviews?
So, like, my first response is I'm a little bit of a people pleaser.
Okay.
So I'd be like, why? Like, what happened? And I
Really?
really want to understand.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely want to understand
What went wrong?
Yeah. What is it that you saw that
hear you.
didn't, meet the standard or expectation? And then, sometimes I'll hear it and then I'll be like, okay, they have a point.
Okay.
Like, I can see why they see that.
Right.
Then another one, I'll be like, once I hear it, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no, you are a,
Something's off, kind of.
Yeah. Something.
Exactly.
Say it,
Though-
but you know
though-
what she means.
and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Then this is just not for you.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
And you don't have to come back.
And you don't have to come
And you don't have
back.
to come
Like
back,
it's
you
really
know?
fine
Yeah.
because no one's ever gonna please you, and nothing's ever
Exactly.
gonna make you happy. And so you just don't have that growth mindset.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But we're very open with being critiqued constructively, both Shant and I, and we've heard a lot from last year.
Okay.
So to give you a little bit of like what has changed, we had the event taking place in Laval, which is a very family-oriented place.
Yes.
We also had it in
Over one day.
one day event.
Right.
And it was at the Chateau Royal.
Okay.
So it's usually a venue where a lot of weddings and
Yes,
other
I know
events take
that
place.
is. Right.
Then we go to this other event, we get inspired.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about inspiration, by the way. We're not about competition. We were inspired by another event.
See how
And-
you
and-
said that?
Really?
That's,
Yes.
that's the language you got to start using.
Yes,
She was
absolutely.
inspired. They did it.
They did
Period.
it. We're like, you know
Love
what? We
it.
could do it. And
We weren't
that.
going to do it. We had
We
made
were
a
not gonna do
decision.
it, yeah.
We had made a decision. We're not
Actually.
going to be doing it. When we went to the event and got inspired,
Yeah. My best friend,
My
my
God.
bestest friend, my girl, Miriam, she was like, you guys, you have to do it. And you have to do it here.
Wow.
And then you're like,
Wow.
you're like,
I like that.
really?
it wasn't a
Like,
tough sale for her because we fell in love with the location.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful location.
Yeah,
Windows,
yeah,
it,
Place
it
is
was
amazing.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, the experience. I'm like, imagine this. So we started imagining.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and I got one of those like that's a Raven moment.
the,
vision.
the light
the,
bulb.
the little light bulb, and I'm
I
like,
like that.
okay, I see it.
You're like, I see it. Okay.
Let's do it.
Good. Good.
And then we did it.
Yeah.
The Grand Prix. Is it at the top or the bottom? Just asking.
Bottom.
bottom.
It's at the bottom. It is so long in there.
Yes.
The length of
Yes.
that place.
I know.
Oh my God, if we're gonna have such a
You've
good
been
time.
there a few times, I guess.
Like,
You
I
know it
went
well.
to a wine festival there once.
Yes.
It's really
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
Really, really nice. But it's gonna be good.
It's
Yeah.
so
Oh my
nice
God, it's
because
gonna be
there's
good.
so much natural light.
Yes.
And it's one thing that like I love. And you know, hopefully it's not going to be a rainy day. But even
know. It
if
won't,
it's
it
an
won't.
indoor event,
We're speaking it into existence. It's not gonna rain on Saturday or Sunday. It will not
That's
rain.
right.
And
No.
we've had like
No.
12 days of rain.
I know,
Oh my
I
God.
know.
Oh my God, so terrible.
But I think regardless, it's still gonna have a lot of light inside.
Exactly.
Very spacious.
It's beautiful in there.
So there's a lot of room for everybody, and we're gonna get a different crowd. You know,
Yes.
we want to be able to invite the francophones and people of different, you know, ethnic backgrounds
Exactly.
to come. Whereas in Laval, it was just very limited to family, and you know, they're
got
not
you.
always in the mood.
I hear
Well,
you.
well,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I hear that.
you know, people who live downtown don't travel to Laval,
Exactly.
Yeah.
but Lavalers will go downtown
To the old port.
to the old port,
To the old
especially.
port of all
Yeah.
things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to circle back to the question you said
Yes,
about how do you deal with the negative.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
I cast it to God. You know, I say,
Okay.
you know, all my anxiety, He takes care of it.
Of course.
So when I get all that feedback, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna process this information
Mhm.
and I'm gonna be pleasant,
Yeah.
even if it's negative, even if it's bull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be apologetic
Of course.
and say, you know, I hope we'll do it again, whatever. But I won't go out of my way for that person anymore. I will
I
know. I will
understand.
categorize in my mind. I will categorize. Okay, this is the experience I've had.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we're not a right fit to do business together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, God knows best.
Exactly.
We move forward.
And some
Yeah.
things are, you know, rejection is your protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like it.
in
I love
every
that line.
direction.
Yeah,
in every
new direction.
direction.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not everybody's meant to be there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that's actually pretty good. I like that. I like
Yes.
that you give it to God because a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you know, or retaliate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In a way,
Yeah.
because that's our natural human instinct.
It
You're
is.
like, you got me, I got to get you type of thing. But I like that you just peacefully said, I give it to God, both of you. That is amazing.
Yeah, you
That's
really
very
have
amazing.
to because he will send you like I think the hardest part is when you're relying on something that's it's a probability. Right now,
Of course.
we're at a probability that we hope that a lot of people, you know, I could use the numbers, but really I pray to God every day that it's going to be a successful event. But the probability is either people show up or they don't.
We're speaking it into
Yes,
Existence.
yes,
We
yes.
have to, you guys. It
So
will, for
like
sure.
when you're doing all of this, the only thing you're holding on to other than doing the work and showing up is, you know, your hope and faith in
Your
God.
faith, exactly.
You know,
100%.
and we had I won't mention who it was, but we did have an example where, you know, somebody was really trying to, you know, excuse the figure of speech, but milk us.
Okay.
And Shant was like, you know, should we have or should we? I'm like, no, stand your ground. We know what
Exactly.
we're offering.
Mm-hmm.
We can't accept that.
Boundaries.
Month later, we get another vendor
Mhm.
who was providing the same exact thing, and I don't want to mention what it was. 'cause
It's
then
okay.
people are
That's
like,
okay.
"Oh."
It's okay.
And then I'm like, ah, God showed up. You know?
Exactly.
Like,
There
thank
you go. There
Praise
you
the
go.
Lord.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You see, so again, you know, you
Yes.
got protected from that milking. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
from that
people-
energy,
That's
you know?
it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't want that energy
No.
around such a positive festival,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You don't. How do you guys choose the vendors though? Going from that conversation, like what makes you say, okay, I want this, I want that. Well, how do you guys choose them?
Well, look, initially when we started,
Mhm.
right? So vendors would approach us and we get to know them and we say, okay, well, usually the first few we don't choose. We go, okay, you want to be a vendor? You have branding. So top line is, as long as you look aesthetically pleasing and you don't look like you've just woken up off the bed,
because you're
Yeah.
serving food. I totally agree with you.
right? There has
so
to have some
important.
kind of look that you can. So the branding is important.
Right.
You know, we want to help small businesses. Sometimes small businesses don't have the right branding. They don't have the right people that is helping them. So they might have like a bit tacky logos.
Got you.
These things, but we will guide them and coach them into
Love
making
that.
it better.
That's so good.
So that's definitely it. But if we see a big company with, usually they're pretty good with their branding. But if we see something that's branded off brand,
Like still at its early stages, to say it in a nice
Yeah,
way,
got
you
you.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's one criteria. The second criteria is if we've already said to, let's say yes to a tea company, for example, or a coffee company, we're not gonna say yes to 5.
Yeah,
gonna limit
you see,
it.
you know,
Yeah, we're gonna
exactly.
limit
Of
it.
course,
Yeah.
because you want them to get, you know, they want
Yes.
you want them to stand out and be unique. Of course, that makes
Yes.
sense.
Absolutely.
That makes
And
sense.
this year, I think we're so happy with the selection.
Yay, that's good.
We have almost 1, max 2 representations of the same type, even though it's not never the same because
Right.
everyone has their own touch.
Exactly.
But let's say like the restaurants, so diverse.
Yes, that's good.
You know,
That's
the
what-
food
that's
brands,
good.
so diverse. So
Yes.
you're going to learn, like, you're not going to see the same one twice.
That's awesome.
and
That
it
is
took a
awesome.
lot of, no's,
yes,
yeses
Yes.
to get that. So we've got something for the soul food,
Yay.
for the vegan,
Yes.
for the chocolate lovers, for the coffee lovers.
Yes.
And for those who feel like they want to travel
Another
the world
one?
through food, yes. At the express
And another
my
one.
hands. I love
And
it.
another one.
That is so good. So how many vendors altogether?
About 60.
About 60, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Come hungry, you guys. Come hungry.
Yes.
That's good. You guys I have to give you guys your flowers because a lot of food festivals have repeated vendors of the same
Yeah.
foods. I've been to quite a bit and it's like, okay, oh, there's Greek food here. There's Greek food here. There's Greek food here. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
okay, there's West Indian food here. Oh, there's Caribbean food here. Oh, it's the same thing. Now that you're telling me that there's actually unique vendors
Yeah.
from all diverse places. Kudos.
Thank
Kudos,
you.
Thank you,
guys.
Trish.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
I also,
Also,
go for it.
ladies first.
Ladies
Go
first.
ahead.
Fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
yes.
We have a lot of caterers this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, when we're gonna launch this week, who's participating, people are pretty familiar with the restaurants, like they've
Right.
tried them, but because we have caterers this year and they bring their own touch and you can't find them all the time and they don't have a storefront.
I love that.
This is gonna be like a whole new secret menu discovery,
love
you know?
that.
And
That's so
we have
good.
some pretty nice stuff out
Good,
there. Yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
this year.
good. I love that. Sorry, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, although we call it Les Foodies Festival, the Foodies Festival, it's not just restaurants. There's also food brands, so products.
Okay.
You didn't know that, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is something we're tackling to try to educate or, I guess, market in the right way, where we are also bringing food brands like beverage companies, any sort of canned product, sauces.
Anything consumable. Like
Anything
even we have some
consumable.
sports nutrition. Like if you consume collagen and a powder, I mean, how many women do?
Yeah.
And by the way, we lose 1% of collagen after the age of 21. I know. So jump on it, ladies.
Yes, collagen will be there, guys.
Yes. You need
I
it.
like that.
But it's also a consumable. So we really wanted to have that universal opinion.
I like that. That is so good. Last question before we play our game. During this whole thing, the process, what was both individually your aha moment to say, we got this?
Aha moment.
I know, eh? Big question.
It is a big
What
question.
kind of aha? Because
Like a good one. A good one. Come on. We're talking about a good one. Like, oh my God, I got this type of thing. Like, we did this. Like, we got it. What is it? What was that one moment?
I think it's multiple ahas.
Okay.
It's the same aha,
Right.
but multiple times.
Okay.
Every time we see like a bump on our little road, and you get upset, you're expressive. I'm a woman, I'm
Right.
emotional. It's a roller coaster.
Right,
I'll
of
freak out.
course,
This,
of
that, whatever. And then we'll have like that chat, and then we'll get like that.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And like we do it, and we do the step that's needed.
I love it.
And because we can recover from that, we're like, we got this.
Yes.
And we'll tell each other, like, we only got each other.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can do it.
Exactly.
Like, if we can't do it,
Exactly. Who else is going to do it?
who's going to do it?
No, you guys.
And I
yeah,
truly
that's
don't
it.
believe, I say this humbly, I truly don't believe that just anybody can do it.
I don't think anybody can do it either.
Yeah.
Especially that you
Yeah.
guys have each other's back too.
Yes.
That's
100%.
really,
We're
really,
fully
really
committed.
important.
Yeah.
That's really
We're
important.
fully committed.
For yourself,
Yeah.
what was your...
I agree with her because it's every time we hit a bump, sometimes the bumps are really hard.
Yes, I'm
Or
sure.
it's either you decide to quit or move forward. And whenever we've decided, we haven't quit. But
Yeah.
when we've decided to
Don't
move
quit. You guys are
forward,
not allowed now that you know me.
Thank you. I love it.
we're not quitters, right?
No, I can
we're
tell.
not.
Except
I
if
love
it's
that.
cigarettes, we'll quit that.
Okay,
but-
well, there.
okay.
Yeah.
No, but we as soon as we overcome that little or big challenge
Yeah.
hurdle, then all of a sudden something happens. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
happens. Like, we're empowered again,
Yeah, that's good.
repowered, I guess you can say, and we're like, okay, wow, we just got a huge hit.
Yeah.
How are we gonna move forward? And so that's a aha moment for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we yeah.
That's
And
It's been-
these ahas could be like certain people that call you up, certain people that show up to help you when your closest people won't.
yeah.
You know, it could be like ideas. It could just be like the way is getting easier, you know.
Right.
And then this is when we both, you know, share the same appreciation. And we
Right.
thank God because we know that it's only God that
Exactly. I believe you guys are highly favored. There's not everyone can do
Amen.
this.
Oh, don't make me
Amen.
cry.
I really do believe you guys are highly favored.
Thank you.
Seriously,
Thank you.
it shows
That's so
a
kind
lot.
of you to say.
It really is. Like honestly, this is why you guys get your blessings when you're having the
That's
fun.
it.
Because the road to heaven is not straight. It's
Yeah,
it's crooked.
it's-
you know what I
it's-
mean?
to any success,
Exactly.
right?
It's
never a
really
straight line.
exactly, but
The
it's
glory
because you guys
belongs to God.
give,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys get back. So that please, you guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was so
Trish.
sweet.
You're amazing.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing.
That was awesome. Oh my God, I love you guys, man.
Thank you.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna play a game before we all start crying.
I'm getting emotional.
Stay tuned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So today we are playing a little game with Shant and Joudi because, you know, it's food. We're talking food. So I have the names of restaurants and they need to guess which restaurant name is fake, not real. Are you guys ready? All right. So the first one is, so I have three names. The first name is Time Travelers, Buns and Roses, or Tika Chance on Me. What restaurant name is fake?
What?
I
Okay,
love
are
all
these
the
in the world? Are
Okay.
these in the they're not in Montreal?
Montreal.
They're not in
Okay, okay,
Montreal.
okay.
They're real
Got it.
restaurants. So again, Time Travelers is the one. Buns and Roses, or Tika Chance on Me. Like take a chance on me, but Tika Chance on
Yeah.
me. What is fake? Which one?
I'd say Time Travelers.
Take a chance on me.
I'd say
No.
Time Travelers.
Buns
It's Buns and
Buns and Roses. Buns and Roses.
Roses?
Yeah.
I swear to God,
That's
I
a
think
nice
if
name.
someone would create a burger company with
Buns and Roses. You know what I mean?
I'm
That might
there.
work. That might work. All
That's
right.
perfect for a date night.
Isn't it?
Yes.
All right, next one, round two. So the restaurant names are Walk This Way, like walk, like
Okay.
a walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next one is Pasta La Vista, baby. And, or C is Choo Choo Train, like chew, you know, Choo Choo Train. Which one is fake?
I'd say Pasta La Vista, baby.
Okay,
I
and?
don't know. I'm surprised to find that any of these would be real. Oh my.
Well, two of them are Asian,
Mhm.
right?
No, I would say choo choo.
Yeah.
Choo train.
Choo Choo Train is fake.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh no, you got it, girl.
I got it.
Choo Choo Train is definitely fake. Next one. Fork, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are the names. Meat, like, you know, meat. We eat meet
Okay.
and greet. Or C, fry me to the moon.
I'm gonna let Judy guess the first one.
Okay, cool. I'll let you.
Cheating. You're trying to I mean, what are you trying
I'm cheating.
Oh, you're cheating.
Oh,
No.
if I'm a cheater, then Judy's been cheating for 2 rounds now.
I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna say, fly me to the moon.
Okay, I know your voice is amazing. Okay, I love that. Okay, and Shant, what do you choose?
I'm definitely not singing.
Come on, give me something.
We don't want to sing it. I try.
At least if I live it with style.
Exactly. Okay, but you
Okay.
did well. I like that. Okay.
I like that. By the way, I forgot the choices.
No problem. It's fork, yeah, meet and greet, or fry me to the moon, as she sang so beautifully.
I'd agree with her. Friday.
You guys are both right.
Yeah.
You guys are both right. I love that. Number 5 is nacho average taco. Okay. B is holy crepe cafe. Or C is mission impastable.
Okay, I'll answer this one.
Okay.
The first one you said was?
Nacho, like nachos? Nacho average taco.
No, that's fake.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fake. But I would see that on a menu.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I would see that.
You guys are wrong.
We're wrong.
I love you, but you're right. The fake one is Holy Crepe Cafe.
Holy crap.
Really?
Holy Crepe Cafe.
But you know, there's actually a crepe place in Laval. I think they're called
Is it Holy
Crepe.
Yeah, you gotta Google that for me.
Girl. Oh wait, I think it's called Holy Choco.
There you see?
Oh,
I
that's
think it's
close.
Holy Choco. Yeah, exactly. That one I know. That one I know.
Snap.
Shout out to the restaurant.
Here you go, shout out to the restaurant.
Shout out.
Free plug. All right, next one is Seoul Food Truck, Cluckingham Palace, or the Gravy Boat.
Wait, the first one I didn't even understand.
Seoul, like like it's not Seoul, but Seoul, Seoul, food truck. Then the second one was Cluckingham Palace, and the third one was the Gravy Boat.
Can I call a friend?
No.
Can I ask for help?
You are the weakest link. Bye.
Right there.
You are the weakest link.
Okay, fine. Let's talk.
Okay.
You want to talk?
The
Let's
boat-
talk. You want to
the
walk?
boat-
Let's walk.
The boat, I feel like that would make sense because if it's a sushi, okay, then the other one was
Okay, so
seal.
you're talking. I'm listening. Go ahead. Let's talk.
I'm just saying.
I need you to just be a wall. Okay?
Oh, your friend.
There we go.
I call your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're my person.
I already
Okay.
made up my decision.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
listening.
you did? Okay, which one is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to whisper?
Yeah.
Careless whisper.
Really?
Okay, what do you think?
No, I feel like someone
Okay,
would.
yeah, go ahead. What's the secret? Now you know.
Which one do you think it is, Sean? Tell me.
I say Seoul is fake.
Okay. And
The
Judy?
second one was?
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
You think that's fake?
Yeah.
You guys are both wrong. It's the Gravy Boat.
That sounds such a good name. The Gravy Boat. That's a really good name.
It is though. I mean, these are good restaurant names. If ever,
Yes.
you know
That's
what
right,
I mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
If
you should
ever.
take a percentage of that.
Honestly,
and choose those
right?
ones. Yes.
Okay, it's the last one, guys.
Okay.
So, serial killer, like cereal that we eat. Rollin' pho, you know pho that we
Yeah.
eat for real. And then after C, fries before guys diner.
Fries
I don't know
before
if
guys.
all women agree with that.
I know.
I love it.
So which one is fake?
Okay. Fries before guys.
Serial killer, like morning cereal, and roll-in pho, real, PHO.
I'm gonna say serial killer because I don't know who would want to go to that voluntarily.
Yeah. Hey.
Unless it's a vegan restaurant who's doing like a twist. Because I've seen something like that in Toronto.
Okay.
What was the second one again? Trish?
Roll-in pho, real, PHO.
I've
Faux.
seen faux real, like faux.
Yeah, that I've seen too, but this is rolling. This is rolling for real. Okay, and the third one was last.
Fries before guys diner.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's fake.
Okay, Judy?
No, I'm gonna take the first one.
Shant, you're right. It's fries before guys.
That's okay.
It's fries before guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come
That's
on,
because
we
nobody's
can
gonna eat fry before a guy. It's
Yeah,
like I'm gonna have
single
guys, then I'll have my
ladies
fries.
Definitely do
Some
it.
ladies would, you know what I mean? Depending
Yeah.
on where they are. Some ladies fries before guys. Some,
Yeah.
some ladies are hungry, Sean. Right?
I'll miss enough for action.
Give it up for Sean and Judy, guys. They did amazing on the game.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. They did amazing. Guys, thanks for being here. But I also need you guys to tell everybody why they should come to the Foodies Festival this weekend.
All right. You wanna go ahead?
You go ahead.
I'm going to say we invite you to come to the Foodies Festival because it's an experience, not just food, but an experience for you and the whole family. Come by, get your tickets. It's this weekend, May 31st, June 1st. We'd love to see you there.
And Judy, tell them why they should come from your
Well,
perspective.
I'm going to highlight if you love food
Yes.
and you consider yourself spoiled and particular, then this is the event to come to expand your palate and discover new cuisines that you've never tried before.
I love that. I love that. And
Yes.
where can they find all of the information, please?
They can follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and they can head to our website, lesfoodiesfestival.com.
Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you,
I appreciate
Trish.
you guys so much. You guys were amazing. The game was amazing. You guys gave so much
you.
insightful information and keep being amazing. You guys are good.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us. I love your
problem.
energy.
Aw, thank you so much.
Thank you for making us feel comfortable
Of
and to
course.
much more success.
Oh, you too.
To
You guys
other
both too.
entrepreneurs.
Thank
Yes,
you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Trish.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Talking with Miss Trish. See you in the next one.